morning, children. As you know that we are studying the lesson internal organs and their functions. In the last video, we learnt about the digestive system. So let's move further and study about some other organ systems. But before that, I would like to ask you something. Children, have you ever tried to close your nose for a while? It feels very uncomfortable. Do you know why? It is because we breathe through our nose. Do you know which air we breathe in? Oxygen. So we breathe in oxygen through our nose. And nose is a part of which organ system? Respiratory system. So today we are going to learn about So let's start with the respiratory system. Besides our nose, the other organs of respiratory system are nose. Nose we have already said that it is a part of respiratory system. Now apart from nose, we have trachea, which is also called windpipe, and the lungs. Now we will first learn about these three organs. Nose. Nose, we know that it is present where? It is present on our face, and it is also a sense organ. Now what do we do with it? We breathe air through our nose. Now you must have noticed that there are two openings in our nose. Two external openings in our nose. These are called what? These are called nostrils. So the two openings of our nose are called nostrils. Second organ is the trachea or windpipe. It is a tube that transports air from nostrils to the lungs. Now what are lungs? Lungs are a pair of air-filled bags present inside our chest on both the sides. So how many lungs do we have? We have 2 lungs. They are also the main organ of respiratory system. So the organs associated with respiratory system are nose, trachea and lungs. Now what happens? When we breathe in through our nose, children, you have to look at this carefully, this diagram. Now when we breathe in through our nose, we take in oxygen present in the air. The air then passes through the nostrils, which have hair inside them. Now these hair act like a sieve or filter and clean the air before letting it in. There is also a sticky substance called mucus secreted inside the nose, which traps the dust and germs present in the air and prevents them from getting into the lungs. Now, from the nose, the air enters the windpipe, which is also called trachea. So you can call it trachea or windpipe. This trachea is divided into small tubes. The trachea is divided into 2 small tubes, which are called bronchi, which goes into the 2 lungs and carry air into each lung. In the lungs, each bronchus is split into millions of tiny bronchioles. Now you must be wondering what bronchioles are. So bronchioles are the very small tubes that branch out from the bronchi and they are connected to round sacs called air sacs or airbags. Now around these air sacs there are tiny blood vessels through which oxygen goes into the blood, and then it is taken to different parts of the body. Now, what does the oxygen do? The oxygen burns the digested food to produce energy. Now, in the process of burning food, a waste gas is also produced. And what is this waste gas called? It is called carbon dioxide, which is exhaled out of our body through the nostrils. So we breathe in oxygen and breathe out what? We breathe out carbon dioxide. So what is the function of respiratory system? Respiratory system's function is to provide oxygen to the body and remove carbon dioxide. I hope it is clear to you all. I'll once again explain it to you. Look at this diagram again. You can see the different parts of respiratory system: nose, trachea or windpipe, and lungs. The air we breathe through our nose passes through the nostrils and enters the trachea. The trachea is then divided into two small tubes, and these tubes are called what? Bronchi, which carry air into each lung. Now in the lungs, oxygen gets diffused in the blood, which is then taken to different parts of the body. The oxygen burns the food and releases energy. And then in the process of burning food, carbon dioxide is produced as a waste, which is exhaled out of our body through the nose. Now in your book, the respiratory system is given. You must read it, and then you have to do the exercise which is given along with the video. So that's all for today. Thank you.